We will next move along to Mr. Zach Federico. He is the Director of Veterans and Military Affairs Task Force at the American Legislative Exchange Council, where he collaborates with state legislators, veterans organizations, and private sector leaders to develop policies to support the military community. In addition to his role at ALEC, Zach is a musician with the 29th Infantry Division Band in the Virginia Army National Guard. Zach is a euphonium and trombone player and has supported numerous ceremonies and has played for dignitaries such as President Donald Trump, Vice President Mike Pence, and Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin. Welcome to the Senate State Affairs Committee.
Thank you. Chairman Kawasaki, Vice Chairman Bjorkman, and members of the committee. My name is Zach Federico, and I serve as the Director of the Veterans and Military Affairs Task Force at the American Legislative Exchange Council. Thank you for the opportunity to share ALEC's nonpartisan research and analysis as you consider this legislation. ALEC is the nation's largest nonpartisan voluntary membership organization of state legislators dedicated to the principles of limited government, free markets, and federalism. The ALEC Veterans and Military Affairs Task Force includes more than 100 state legislators and private sector leaders who collaborate to develop model policies that support our nation's veterans, service members, and military families. One of these models is the Veterans Justice Act, which, like SB 236, creates alternative sentencing options for certain veterans whose offenses may be linked to service-related conditions. This policy has been implemented in Minnesota, signed into law in Nebraska, and introduced this year in West Virginia, Kansas, Colorado, and Alaska. This approach upholds justice while recognizing the unique challenges that many veterans face. Research demonstrates a strong connection between combat deployments and adverse mental health outcomes, including post-traumatic stress disorder, substance use disorder, and traumatic brain injury. Today, service members are deploying at higher rates than previous generations, with 77% of post-9/11 veterans having deployed, compared to 58% of pre-9/11 veterans. After military service, most service members transition successfully to civilian life. However, some still struggle with the invisible wounds of service and become involved in the criminal justice system. While veteran treatment courts have shown positive results, publicly available data from 2024 shows that they are only available in about 17% of counties. This leaves many veterans without access based solely on where they live. By establishing alternative sentencing options, Alaska can provide judges with the discretion to place eligible veterans in treatment and probation when appropriate, rather than relying solely on traditional sentencing. This approach supports accountability, recognizes service, and strengthens public safety. Thank you for your time and attention. I'm happy to answer any questions from members of the committee.
Thank you very much, Mr. Federico. You mentioned that Nebraska had just signed it into law. Do you know roughly out of the 50 states, how many states are pursuing legislation like this or have already passed it?
The ones that I've seen so far, yes, Mr. Chairman. The ones I've seen so far are Minnesota is the only one that's implemented it. Nebraska has passed it into law, but it hasn't been implemented quite yet. Got passed pretty much, I think it passed unanimously through Nebraska. And then West Virginia, Kansas, and Colorado are the three other states that are considering it this session.
Great. Thank you very much for the clarification. Are there any questions for Mr. Federico? Okay, hearing and seeing none again, thanks for being online. We appreciate that you're joining us from the East Coast.